All right. Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you in today's IELTS classes, free Shiksha IELTS classes. And I'm really sorry about the delay. We had some connection issue, but I'm right here in front of you now. And I hope my video and audio both are clear to everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I can see your comments, and please do not message, this way that the class has been cancelled. Please do not message like this. It's a wrong indication to other people who are willing to join the free Shiksha IELTS classes. All right. Okay, so without any further delay, let's start with the today's IELTS class. And the topic for today will be, let's look at the scenario like what all we have covered till now and what are we going to cover today in the today's class. So previously we covered diagram labeling questions, okay, and short answer questions. We have also done in the previous webinars true, false, not given and yes, no, not given questions. And as well as we have completed all the matching question types. For example, matching information, matching features, matching the headings, all of those have been finished. And in case if you have missed out any of these, webinars or videos, then you can just go back to the videos. And how will you go back? You just have to click the link which is given in the description below, and you will get access to every free video of ours. You can download the free sample papers and assessments. Also, you can get in touch with our, counselors, which is always free of cost. So you can just get in touch with them and get the counseling done. So without any further delay, let's see what are we going to cover in today's class. So to be covered, today we are going to, talk about multiple choice questions. These are also known as, in the form of abbreviation, NCQs. So I am going to provide you a few tips and strategies which are essential to solve this kind of question. And then I'm going to give you, some sample question and answers, maybe one or two. I'm just going to show you how they will look like in your paper. And in the end, I will give you some time to ask your queries and doubts. So we will be having a doubt clearing session in the end. Okay. So please patiently wait for your questions to be asked in the end of the IELTS class. So let's start with the class, guys. The topic for today's class is multiple choice questions, as we already know. So let's read about it a little bit. Multiple choice questions appear regularly in both academic and general IELTS reading tests. Okay, they are fairly simple to complete, but it's easy to get tricked into picking the wrong answer. So these type of questions can be tricky. Now let's see how we can solve them. First, let's see what is the task about. Okay, so you will be asked to read the first half of a sentence, a statement, or a question about the text. Then secondly, choose the most appropriate sentence ending, response, or answer from a choice of number of options. Usually 4. So usually you get 4 options out of which you have to select one. Okay. So only one is correct, although several could appear to be the right one on first reading. So be aware. Now let's see what are the strategies for answering multiple choice questions. Read the questions. This is the first strategy. Okay. Secondly, you have to skim read the text. Now, if you have seen the previous webinars, I have very much in detail explained the meaning of these two words, which you'll encounter, usually in your paper when you're practicing by yourself. So first is skim and second is scan. So skimming means usually, going through your paper or having a glance over your paper quickly. Scanning is usually highlighting the keywords or important information which you find in the paper and then underlining them or keeping them safe for your answer. Okay, that is scanning. So second strategy which you have to do is skim read the text. That means quickly read the text, what is given there in your paper. All right. Okay. So thirdly, identify keywords. Okay, what are keywords? They can be distractors. They can be words like always, or maybe, must, few, some. Okay, these are few words, however, but which change the context of the passage or the text. So you have to you have to be aware of these words which can change the meaning of the passage or the text. That is why they are known as keywords. Think about meaning. Okay, so please think about the significance or the motive of the paragraph. What is the paragraph actually talking about? Okay. Fifth, predict the correct answer. So before you write your actual answer, you can always guesswork. Okay, that is allowed in IELTS. And in case you do not find any answer in the end, even after looking for that information for very long, you can always do the guesswork. But please do not leave any blank. Okay, because there is no negative marking for IELTS. So please do, fill up every blank. Sixth strategy is read the text again. So once you have read the text, please do not think that you're done with it. You have to read it again so that you can cross check your answer, whatever you have written, that in case it's right or wrong. Okay. Seventh is deciding between similar answers. So in case you're confused between one or two answers which look similar or same, then you can always, decide between the similar answers or the similarity between two, phrases or sentences. That is very crucial. Eighth is move on. Now, why is move on a strategy for multiple choice questions? Because MCQs or multiple choice questions can be tricky to handle, right? So in order to, not waste your time too much, in order to save on your time a little bit, you can just do the guesswork if you do not know the answer, and then you can move on. Okay, so that you do not waste time just on single question. Now, let's read it in detail. First is read the questions. Carefully read the questions. Don't worry if there are words you don't understand. If they appear in the text, you may be able to work them out in context. Alternatively, synonyms that you do understand may have been used. If unfamiliar words appear in incorrect answer options, they don't matter so much, although you'll need to make an educated guess at them in order to eliminate the answer. So eliminate means to cross out the ones which you do not need. Okay. Second is skim the text. So on this first reading of the text, you are aiming to get just the general meaning. So please do not try to understand each and every thing or each and every sentence in the text. That is not required out of you, because in IELTS reading, academic and as well as general training, examiners are not testing your knowledge. They are testing your skills of finding the answers in reading paper. Okay, so you do not need to understand each and every line. That is not required out of you. So skimming, as I said, you just have to give a glance over the paper. You just have to read quickly what's given in the paper. You have to see what kind of questions are there, and then you proceed with the answers. Third was identify keywords. So let's see, what do we have to say about it? Return to the questions and underline the keywords you found in them. Okay, these will help you to find the location of the correct answer in the text. This is question 1 from sample test we'll be working on in a minute. So I'll show you which sample I'm talking about. In the text, synonyms will almost certainly be used for some of them. So think about what these might be as you pick out the keywords. All right. Now, fourth was think about the meaning. So let's see, what do we have about it. Your other task while looking at the answer options is to try and work out the difference in meaning between them. Two may be very similar. Don't spend too much time on this, but doing it will save you precious minutes in the next step. So what they are telling is that think about the meaning. That means, again, skim and scan your text, come to the conclusion what is the motive or theme of the text or passage, and do not spend too much time on this, reading in detail. That is not required out of you, as I said. Fifth is predict the correct answer. From your general understanding of the text, you may be able to make a reasonable prediction of the right answer to some of the questions. Put a mark next to your prediction in pencil, and you may be not right, but this will help you to narrow down the options. Narrow down means, again, the elimination process. So as soon as you start getting your answers in multiple choice questions, you can just eliminate the options which you have already used. Okay, so that you do not get confused in the further questions and answers. Next is read the text again. Now reread the text a paragraph at a time, particularly scanning for the keywords you identified and likely the synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are basically words which are similar in meaning but different in spelling. So basically you're paraphrasing, you're using similar meaning words. Okay? Remember that the answers will be in order, so you can expect the first answer to be in paragraphs 1 or 2. Now what does this mean is, in multiple choice questions in the IELTS reading paper, basically you will get, usually you get the answers in the chronological order. That means that first answer can be in 1 or 2 paragraphs, and then when you look for other questions and answers, maybe question 2 and 3, those will be in paragraph 2 and 3. Wherever you found the answer for question 1, the answer 2 will be given below that. Okay, that is the meaning of this. Now, seventh is deciding between similar answers. It's common to end up with two very similar answer options. That is, it's difficult to decide between. In case, you need to study them in even more detail to identify the difference. First, write them down one under the other unless they already appear like this on the sheet. Here are a couple of tactics you can use to compare them. So let's see what are the tactics of handling MCQs questions, multiple choice questions in IELTS reading. So first is paraphrase each one in your own words. I already told you the meaning of paraphrase. Let me quickly revise it again. And if you want to know more about it in detail, then you can just click on the link below in the description so that you can watch our previous webinars. Okay, that will also help. So paraphrase means usually to use the synonyms of, or using similar meaning words. So you have to paraphrase each one. That means each option in your own words, because nothing will be similar in the question as compared to the sentence. Identify the distractors such as qualifying words that give them different meanings. So as I told you in the beginning of the PPT as well, I told you that distractors or qualifying words can be words like maybe, must, some, few, always, but, however. Okay, these can be few of the distractors or words which can completely change the meaning of the context, okay, as soon as they are used. So third tactic is compare the keywords and synonyms between them and with the question. Now, last one. Move on. So move on. Let's see what is written there. Time will always be against you. So if you get really stuck with an answer, you'll need to take an educated guess. So you at least write something on the answer paper. If you're down to 2 possible answers, then you have a 50% chance of picking the correct one. Do this and keep moving on through the test. The more you practice your general reading skills and this strategy for answering multiple choice questions, the quicker you'll get and the easier they'll become. So as soon as you start getting the answers, in case you're not able to get answer for one particular question, please do not waste your time on just one question. That is just one mark worth. So just just make the guesswork and just move on to the next question. Let's see what are few tips for handling these kind of questions. Now, key tips are: read the questions first. The answers will be in order. Read in detail. Watch out for distractors and don't leave any blank, answers. Blank answers means don't leave any blank. Please write something or the other. Alright, now I have one sample question and answer in front of you, just for you to know that how will multiple choice questions look like in your paper. So this is a kind of, sample passage which I have listed down for you. So you can see 3 paragraphs here, 1, 2, 3. You will get something like this in your paper. And the questions can be like this. Choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. So there are 4 options out of which you have to choose one. Okay. So question is, humans solve the problems quickly by using A, phone, B, heuristics, C, biases, and D, computer. So you have to use A, B, C, D, any of one options. So I have also listed down the answers for these two particular sample questions. You can always come back to this webinar once we have completed the live session. And after this, you can watch these IELTS training sessions and you can just solve the question and check your answers by yourself. So this was all from my side for multiple choice questions. Now, now that we have completed the PPT, it was quite short today, I know, because we had only one topic to be covered and it was quite easy to be handled. Now I give you some time to, ask your questions and doubt related to the PPT, or either you can ask related to any module of your IELTS exam, be it academic or general training. So I give you some time to ask your questions. So yes, please start. You can write your questions on the comment section. And still, if you have not, registered with us, you can always go back to the link which is given below in the description. Click on it and you will get access to, the free registration for free Shiksha IELTS classes, as well as you'll get free sample papers and assessments. You can always, talk to our expert counselors who give free counseling. So if you want to ask any question regarding the exam or, the assessment or any part of that, you can always go back and talk to them by clicking on the link below. All right, so if you want to know free reference books and for IELTS academic exam, then I have listed them down in the 1st June session. So you can always click on the link below. Please click on the link below to register with us so that you do not miss out on any free Shiksha IELTS class from tomorrow onwards. So I have covered this free reference books and the sources and the materials for your practice session. So I have listed down many books in the first Shiksha IELTS class. So please go and watch that video. In the end of the video, you'll find many books from where you can practice. But just for your information, just for a quick, recap, let me tell you 2 books for now. Official Guide to Cambridge, that is the first one, and Cambridge IELTS books, which are, 1 to 17 in number. So you can use any one of them. Okay, so in reading for every topic, the answer is in order? No, not for every question. But for most of the questions in IELTS reading, the answers come in chronological order. So once you have found one question, the other answer will be just below that. Okay. Especially, for example, yesterday we covered one of the topics in Match the Headings, and Match the Headings answers, they do not come in chronological order because you have to place the heading and title for every paragraph. So definitely that won't come in order, right? That will be very easy otherwise. So yes, most of the questions are in chronological order, but not every question. So please do look out for that. And for that, I have mentioned in the previous webinars, in the previous IELTS Shiksha classes as well, that, you can just go and watch and see which questions come in the chronological order and which don't. So I hope that answers your question, whoever asked that. I missed the last session. Well, no problem. Don't worry at all. So you can always go back to our previous IELTS class by clicking on the link which is given in the description. So just click on the link and that is the solution for every question of yours. In reading for every topic, the answer is in order no. Which test, academics or GT is needed for applying for PR? If you're willing to apply for PR and if you want to migrate to another country for living there with your family or friends, or if you want to work in any organization, then definitely you have to give general training. Academic is mostly for students who want to go and pursue their studies, their higher education. Okay, that is for academic. But for PR, general training. So I'm doing my PTE with this. Will this help me? PTE is quite different from IELTS. Let me tell you that. And for throwing more light on these two exams and the differences and similarities, I would advise you to go to our free Shiksha counseling session. We have many expert counselors there. We have a team. So they will help you out with the PTE paper as well. So that PTE, Pearson's Test of English, that is also an exam of testing your English skills, speaking, written, reading, and listening. Or the four modules are same, but the context and the way you give the paper, that is different. So I would really, advise you to research on it a little bit before giving the paper, be it PTE or IELTS. And please talk to our free counselors, and you can do that by clicking the link in the description below. Welcome, welcome. Whoever is saying thank you, welcome, guys. Do the IELTS contain mathematics? Well, luckily, no, for many people. I know many of us are not very, profound with mathematics. So, yes, it's not there in IELTS. It's just a test of your English skills. And somebody is asking, do we have to prepare for both academics and general training IELTS? No. Please do not get confused. Academic is for people who want to study outside or migrate outside and go for their higher education or for any study academic purpose. And general training is for people who want to basically migrate to another country for living there or for work. Okay, so for PR, we give general training, and please do not confuse yourself. Academic and general training both are different. So you do not have to prepare for both. You'll just prepare for one. And then someone is asking, ma'am, how much time generally is required to get 7.5 band score? Well, according to your own capability, because every candidate has a different capability, has a different capacity of studying and preparation. So I would advise you to at least prepare for a month, because 1 month is a minimum which is needed for any average student to prepare for their IELTS exam. So anyway, even if you're giving academic or general training, for both of the categories, you need at least 1 month to prepare. And again, as I said, for 7.5 band or 6.5 or 9 or 8.5, whatever is the band which you require, you will be needing at least minimum of 1 month. Thank you for today. Well, welcome. Ma'am, my aim is to get at least 7.5 band. What to do? Please help. Okay, so what you can do is initially you can start with these free Shiksha IELTS classes which we are giving on a daily basis. This will give you a thorough idea of the paper as a whole. Okay, because as a candidate you should understand what is IELTS academic or general training, and what does the paper include, what does the paper consist of, what is there in reading, what is there in listening. So this week we are covering up the whole reading module. After that we'll be shifting to the listening module. Okay, and if you want the calendar which we have for IELTS free Shiksha IELTS classes, then you can just simply click on the link below. You will get access to the free access to the IELTS calendar, so you can see which module you are mainly looking for. As well as I would advise you to watch these videos daily, in case you're joining late and you have missed out on previous IELTS training classes, then you can always go back and watch our videos, which is on our YouTube channel, and very soon we'll be having them on our page as well. So yes, you can just check them out in both and get in touch with our counselors as well. So all these things will help you. Also download sample papers, time management, practice session. All these are very important, criteria for getting a good band. So 7.5 is not a less band. It needs a lot of practice, and that can only come when you will be continuous with your practice sessions. So even if one day you're leaving your practice session, that won't do you any good. Okay. So another question is, do have work on our vocabulary for better results? I would advise you to learn at least one word daily, a good word. For example, we use friendly, the word friendly too many times. It's a very common and easy word. Instead of that, you can try using amiable, amicable, cordial, genial, right? So these are few synonyms of friendly. So whenever you want to use the word friendly, you can always go to your vocabulary and find out dictionary, and you can find out the words for friendly and start using them. So the main motive why I gave this example, the main motive is to learn easy words and then take out the synonyms of them and then start using those synonyms in your daily life. So you will get used to, talking in good English and using good vocabulary. But yes, I have seen many candidates using vocabulary like no other, person. That means I have seen candidates myself personally making a lot of, lists of words and phrases and then learning them by heart. So that is not the way to learn vocabulary, first of all. So start practicing by one word each day and gradually increase the speed and the number of words. So that will really help. Also, try to speak to yourself if you do not have anyone around you to speak in English. Talk to yourself in the mirror. That will also boost up your confidence. Okay. Next question is, can I give re-exam for only two modules? Well, we have the option of giving the re-exam in IELTS now. So in case you're not able to get, good bands in one of the modules and you have received good bands in the three modules, we have total of four. So out of four, you have received, for example, good bands in three modules: reading, writing, and speaking. And in listening, you do not get a required band. So in that case, you can always give the paper again. So now we do have the option. IDP has come up with this option of giving a, one skill retake. So you can only give one skill retake at a time, not two. Then someone is asking, is this training enough for me to prepare for TOEFL too? No, I would not recommend that, because this is purely free Shiksha IELTS classes, not TOEFL classes. Although TOEFL is also a test of English, basically, test of English. But yes, IELTS is quite different in terms of timing, pattern, syllabus, number of questions, okay, all of that. So please do, research on it. And I would really advise and recommend you to go to our free counseling session so that you can gain some knowledge about both the exams and then you can decide which one do you want to give. What is the meaning of IELTS? Well, if you're not aware of it, let me tell you, it is International English Language Testing System. That means international means globally it is widely accepted, and it is basically your, test of English skills in terms of four modules: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So I hope this will help. So we have to practice more model paper for best band. That is correct. Yes, of course. So once you start practicing, you will gradually see, after watching these free IELTS classes and then practicing by yourself, you'll gradually see the increase in your score. Okay. But yes, I would recommend you to practice speaking and writing in front of a trainer, because you cannot correct your spelling, you cannot correct your grammar in speaking and writing by yourself. Okay, so that is just one drawback by practicing yourself. Otherwise, reading and listening, you have the answers in front of you. You have the explanation also on various sites nowadays. So you can always go back and check your reading and listening answers. But for speaking and writing, you need to have a trainer or someone by your side, someone as a mentor by your side, so that they can correct you when you're going wrong. Okay. So for two-word answers where a number is included, how to write as numerical or word? Well, you'll write the number as a number and you'll write the word as words. Okay, for example, in the instruction it's given to you, use no more than two words and or a number. So it can be 29 street. Street is one word and 29 is one word. So that is acceptable. But if you're writing 29 street where a lot, then street where a lot, these are three words and you only have to use two words. So this is the basic difference. Okay. And a very good question, by the way, whoever has asked this, for the instructions, because instructions, many of the candidates, they forget to read the instructions, and it is very crucial because you might get wrong just because of not reading the instructions. So if we get less band in the model paper, how can we improve? Okay. So in case you're getting less bands, in case you're, not achieving the bands, then try to figure out where are you going wrong. And first of all, try to figure out which, module is your weakness or weak areas. And then focus on those areas and then try to practice by looking at these free Shiksha IELTS classes, because I'm covering up IELTS in detail. Let me tell you, we are covering up in the whole month of June. We'll be covering up IELTS in detail. That means I'll be covering up, I'll be taking up all the questions of reading, task 1, task 2, speaking, all the 3 parts, listening, all the question types, and reading within this week, all the question types. So, in case you have missed out on any of the questions in reading till now, you can always go back to our previous videos and watch them on our YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. So, for that, you'll need to, register with us, and also notify, please click on the notify bell button, and also subscribe with us so that whenever we have a new video coming up, you'll always be aware of it. So, ma'am, when the class will start? Well, the class has already finished. So, you can always go back and rewatch this video later on after we have finished the live session. But right now, if you have any doubt regarding IELTS, you can always, uh, you can always come up with this. So many people are writing, thank you so much. All right. Welcome, welcome. Yes, covering up might be incorrect. That is, unintentional mistake which I just did. So no problem. It's cover a subject, not covering a subject. Okay, well, thank you so much. We all make mistakes, right? Okay, so someone is asking, if I fail of test, for example, reading, can I only repeat that test without doing other tests? Okay, yes, of course. So as I said, you do not have to give the whole exam again. You can just retake one skill. Okay, that is a new option which has come up and which has been introduced by IDP lately. So, ma'am, where can I get more questions to improve reading? Well, you can get more questions and you can get access to our free sample papers by clicking on the link below, which is given in the description. So, you will get access to every assessment of ours. And also for free books and references, I have already told you, please visit our 1st June Shiksha IELTS class. So, there in the PPT, I have given, few books and references, the names of books. So you can always go back and refer to them. So someone is asking which part of IELTS is the toughest one. Well, according to me, I have seen many candidates, falling apart in writing. So writing is the most difficult for many candidates. But yes, again, as I said, every candidate has a different caliber, has a different interest. So maybe if someone is interested in listening, then they'll, cope in listening very well. But yes, reading and writing, these are the two modules which really trigger the students. So these are the two ones which can be, difficult to handle. Is British Council take just one module test? Well, I think that can be answered by the counselors very well. Those will be the best people to answer this question. But yes, let me tell you, if you are from India, then British Council is no more taking part in IELTS. IDP is the main focus in India. Although British Council is conducting IELTS exam for many other countries still, but yes, not in India anymore. Retaking single test only for computer or writing mode also? Well, for both, CBT and PBT, both. Any other question, guys? And registered with us still, then please click on the link below. You can always invite your, friends and family members whom you think that they need to give IELTS and they do not have access to any video or any proper sample paper. Then please refer them here. That would be helpful. And of course, it is free of cost, so no charges. So we have 5 to 10 minutes more for question and answers, and then we'll wind it up quickly. So in case you have more questions to be asked, please write it down on the comment section. So I saw one of the messages today when we were starting with the class. Today's class cancelled. Please do not write such messages on the comment section. It's a very, very negative indicator. Sometimes, there are connection issues or, rebooting problems. So it might take 1 or 2 minutes extra. But please do not comment like this, because there are many people who are already waiting on the waiting list, for the IELTS class to start. So it will not go as a good sign to them. All right, someone is asking, are IELTS scores necessary to study in Germany? Well, this you can ask again with the counselors. We have the free counseling sessions. Why am I saying that? Because the counselors will be the best people to, talk about these kind of things, that whether it's, necessary for your college, for your university, because every college and university has a different requirement. So they might tell you that we need TOEFL or PTE or IELTS, academic or general training. So these things have to be cleared before you sit for the exam. Okay. And how can I sit for the exam? This also you can always, get access to our free counseling sessions. So just click on the link below, guys, and you will get, connected with our counselors, and they will help you with how to sit in the exam and what are the dates available, because we have at least 4 times IELTS in a month. So yes, just talk to them and take help from them before you actually start preparing. So someone is asking, ma'am, I'm from Nepal and I have got 5.5 in speaking and writing. Then should I give only these 2 sessions? Well, you're only allowed to give one skill retake. That means only one module, once again. So after you have finished your exam the main day and then you want to give it once again, then only once it can be given. Okay, that means only for one module, not two. So either you can give for speaking or for writing, not both of them. So how to indicate that I'm repeating one session during the book, and do I pay the same amount as doing all the sessions? Okay, I did not get your question. Can you please elaborate on that? Okay. I gave these modules from British Council from Nepal. If I want to give from India, should I? Yes, so that way you will have to get in touch with the IDP link. You can just Google, IDP link, and you can find out the dates which are available, and then how many papers can you give at a time. So that also you can get in touch with IDP as well as our counselors. So those people will help you in reminding, which test is beneficial for you. Is there any particular dress code for the IELTS exam? Well, there is no particular dress code because it's not an interview for, your job or work. But yes, I would recommend you to, I would always advise my candidates also personally to go in a formal attire, because that is what is required out of you. Although it's not necessary, but you feel confident somehow, right? So, ma'am, from this month, one module retake started available, or already it was there? Not from this month, it was already there. So it has been a little time that it had, started. But yeah. Any other question, guys? So I hope all of your questions have been answered. And for books and references, I'm always, repeating since the beginning of the IELTS class. I have been repeating this, that please click on the link below to get free access to our sample papers, assessments, and the previous IELTS classes which we have already done. So we just started from 1st June and we are doing this on a daily basis, okay? Weekdays, 5 to 6 p.m. And please mind it that these timings are on Indian standard timings. So in case you're joining from outside India, please, cross check your timings with the Indian timings so that you do not get confused. So someone is asking, I'm from Libya and can I register and take my exam online? Of course. So we have the option for CBT, that is computer based test. So you can always take computer based test if you're willing to give it online. Ma'am, are the exams sent through email? No, not the exams, but the result of the exams. Okay, exams you have to give on a computer, on a laptop, where sorry, on the systems which will be provided by the centers from where you book your exam. So which one is easier, TOEFL or IELTS? Well, TOEFL is a little bit difficult paper because it is more of factual and subjective. But yes, in IELTS you do have the options. You have MCQs also. A lot of less of writing work, and it is globally accepted. So I would say that TOEFL is a little bit difficult as compared to IELTS. Although both are the test of English skills. So yes, if you prepare well for TOEFL, then it would seem easy to you. So there is no particular thing known as difficulty level of TOEFL and IELTS. Both are quite similar, but again there are quite differences as well. So where can I find the mock tests for IELTS? Again, in the link. So please click on the link below, which is given in the description. If there is distractors, it means that the option is incorrect. No, that does not mean that the option is incorrect. You just have to look out for the distractor. What is it indicating? For example, if there is a word like often, and then in the next line or in the question, in the sentence, in the text it's often, but in the question it is written rarely. So often and rarely are both contradicting words. So you have to check what is the context, what is the meaning out of that distractor and qualifying word, and then you have to match it with the question. Okay. So TOEFL home base edition is acceptable for master course in Canada or not? Well, counselors will be the best people to answer this question, guys. So please get in touch with our free counseling sessions. And for that, you will have to click on the link below, which is given just below this, live video in the description. So what all exams required actually for going to abroad, ma'am? Well, there are many exams. Earlier it was just TOEFL and IELTS, but now we have a lot of exams coming up like PTE, OET, then we have GRE, GMAT, SAT, all of that, right? So in case you need to know about these exams in detail and which is more fruitful for you or which one do you actually give, then please get in touch with our counselors. They will help you free of cost. And someone is asking if there are distractors. No, this we have already finished. If I'm retaking one module, do I pay the same IELTS fee for all the modules? Of course not. No. So please check out with the fee structure, for the fee structure with our counselors. So they will help you out with the exam dates, with the centers, and with the fee structure. So they will give you every detail about every exam, okay, whichever you want to know. So I hope I have answered every question here. In case I have missed out any, please you can rewrite it on the comment section. Just copy paste it again. So with that, guys, we finish up with the today's free Shiksha IELTS class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this will, be fruitful to you, and of course, they will help you a lot. But in that case, you will have to continue with your practice session as well. So I always advise my candidates also that once you have, stopped watching these videos and, stopped learning about IELTS, then after learning, you can just go back to your practice session. You can always, practice a lot with your peers or with your family members, with your friends, especially for speaking and writing, who can correct you on your grammar and all, right? So practice sessions are very much essential. And for that, you'll have to consider your sample papers, free books and references. So please go and watch our previous sessions where I have listed down many books. Okay. And also I'll see you tomorrow with another question type of IELTS reading. And then we'll cover up and finish reading module in this whole week. Okay. Within this week. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care, and bye-bye, all of you.